Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick is back in the news. It's not for laying off tons of employees or making tons of money after laying off tons of employees. And also not for harassment, that's the bingo card, I guess. No, it's much simpler than that. He's claimed that the UK will be the Death Valley of tech if the CMA doesn't approve Microsoft's plans to acquire Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. In case you forgot, the CMA, aka the Competition and Market Authority, is a regulating body in the UK that is one of 3 major regulators internationally that Microsoft will need to approve the deal for it to go through. The FTC in the United States and the European Commission are the other big ones. The big deal with the CMA is that they are set to reveal their ruling on the acquisition before the end of March, which is soon. And it could sway other regulators' decisions around the world, including the FTC and the European Commission. That's a problem for Microsoft because it seems like no one is really sure which way things are going to go. Earlier this week, the New York Times reported that the legal team at Xbox expects the CMA to object to the merger, but then Microsoft officially responded saying it believes it has a strong case in Britain and it has not predetermined nor been advised by its lawyers that the merger will be blocked. The general concern so far from all the major regulators seems to be a focus on Call of Duty, an arguably one of the biggest franchises in all of gaming, becoming exclusive to Xbox, therefore harming Sony's and everyone else's ability to compete in the space. Enter good old Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick. A day after the New York Times report, Kotick did an interview with CNBC where he elaborated on Xbox boss Phil Spencer's earlier statements about pursuing the acquisition of Activision Blizzard primarily to get a strong foot into mobile gaming. Then brace yourself, Kotick actually said some things that make sense, or at least, appear to be really clear and present based on the reporting that we've seen. He told CNBC, whether it's the FTC or the CMA or the EU, they don't know our industry, so they're trying to come up to speed and understand the industry better. He continued, and I think they are a little bit confused where competition is today. The best companies in the world right now are companies like Tencent and ByteDance, and these are companies that all have protected markets. We've struggled to enter the Japanese market. We can't enter the Chinese market without a joint venture partner, so the competition isn't actually European companies, American companies, it's really those companies in Japan and China. Then here's where he actually goes off. Kotick concluded, and it really isn't at all about whether it's Sony or Microsoft's platform, it's really about the future of technology. And they've said now, meaning the UK, for the last year, I think Rishi Sunak has said they'd like to be the Silicon Valley of Europe or of the continent. And if deals like this can't get through, they're not going to be Silicon Valley, they'll be Death Valley. And there it is, classic Kotick, definitely not sounding like a kid who just got his hand caught in the cookie jar and now is outlashing at his parents like, "No, mom, you're grounded," or whatever. Anyways, it was actually Jeremy Hunt, the UK's Chancellor of the Exchequer, who said he plans to transform the UK into the world's next Silicon Valley, but who knows what that actually means? Either way, it's kind of nonsense. Kotick also implied that the acquisition could stimulate the UK's post-Brexit economy, adding, if you're in the UK and you have an incredibly educated workforce, you have a lot of technical talent, places like Cambridge, where the best AI and machine learning is, I would think you're going to embrace a transaction like this, where you're going to see job creation and opportunity. So yeah, certainly a different tone and approach in a public statement here from Bobby Kotick than we've seen from Microsoft so far. They've generally tended to be as agreeable as possible, offering to make concessions wherever they can, offering Valve and Nintendo 10-year licensing deals for Call of Duty and presumably as PlayStation as well. Definitely not weirdly calling out prime ministers of countries to kind of try and, bully their way to an agreeable ruling here from the CMA. So yeah, all the reporting around the acquisition so far continues to be entertaining. I think we're going to get more stories out of it for sure, but that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and for more video game news and updates, stay tuned right here to Inside Gaming.